Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This video is on the new moon in Aries, which happens on the 16th of April 2018. I'm going to give you a rundown of what the chart looks like on that day to give you an idea of how this new moon is going to affect you specifically. My horoscopes are based on UK time, so it happens at 2:57 in the morning, and that's based on British summertime. Now, a new moon is when the sun and the moon sit together, they conjunct each other, and the moon recharges its batteries for its next monthly cycle. So it sidles up to the sun, and it gets that energy from the sun, and the moon is totally black during this period. So if you're looking up at the sky, you're not going to see anything, not a sliver. It's totally pitch black. Now, if you think of the moon and the meaning it has in astrology and mythology, it's seen as the goddess often, as the earth mother in many ways. And when she goes black, she goes inward and she kind of recharges and regenerates. So it's a very private, intimate time. In terms of you on a soul level, the moon is your most sensitive part. So the fact that it's pulling loads of Aries energy in means that you're going to be empowered, and you're also taking this intimate, quiet time for yourself to kind of think, how am I going to progress in future? Aries is a fire sign. It's the first sign of the zodiac. The Western astrology is based on the seasons. So as far as the astrology is concerned, the new year happens with Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, and it ends with Pisces. So Aries is all about getting things started, pioneering things, ideas, getting things going, motivating other people, leading, generating ideas and new concepts. And it's also ruled by the male principle Mars, which is the red planet. So it has lots of masculine qualities associated with it. So things like people who work as police officers and firefighters, and people who serve the public and who do difficult things, and manual labor. So it's a sign that has to do with strength. So this new moon is in Aries. So what it will do for you is it gives you a break, and you can kind of go within yourself and you can ask yourself, what is it that I care about at the moment? What do I really want to put my energy into, and where and what aspect of my life, where do I want to make progress? Do I want to make progress in my career? So if you're in a job that's not satisfying, maybe you want to make a lateral move and find something else that's better paid. I want to make progress, for instance, with my family relationships or my romantic relationships, health. All of those things are aspects of your life where you can exert energy to make things better. And that's what Aries is all about, focusing on something and getting to the goal, and really overcoming obstacles that would prevent you from getting what you want. Now, the sun and the moon are sitting together at 26 degrees. 2 and 6 is 8, and 8 in numerology is power. So not only are you pulling in Aries energy, which is about let's go, let's do things, let's focus on the future, you're also super empowered through the angle that these two are at, which really makes you feel super independent. You stand on your own 2 feet and you think, this is my life, what am I going to do with it? What is important to me, and what's missing? Do I want to live somewhere else? Do I enjoy being in this relationship? What is it that I want? So this is a very introspective and very self-focused new moon, because you're the priority. It's asking you about your life circumstances and what you want to do with them. We're not talking about other people, taking care of other people, anything like that. Now, the new moon forms another conjunction with Uranus. So Uranus is 2 degrees away from the new moon. It's at 28 degrees. And Uranus is the planet of the unexpected, the miraculous, the eccentric, the rebel, chaos, anything that's unusual. And that's also in Aries. So it's next to your sun, and the sun in astrology represents your identity. The moon represents your soul in many ways. So everything is aligned in Aries at the moment. You want to move forward, but with Uranus in the mix, it really brings out your unconventional side and that side of yourself that you usually censor. So we all have a desire to fit into communities and to belong to groups and to follow codes of conduct so that we're not ostracized and that we don't get thrown out of groups and that we have friends and that we have connections to all of those sorts of things. But each one of us has a certain part within ourselves that is really unconventional and different and that we kind of keep hidden sometimes. Now with this new moon, it's going to encourage you to really be your true self and to make things happen in a way that reflects what's going on for you internally, who you are, and to really pursue things which may be unconventional, but which you're passionate about. Not someone else, not your sister or your brother, but you. And even if it seems unusual or weird or woo-woo or new agey or bizarre, then it's really not going to stop you. Let's say you're a 55-year-old woman who's had 3 kids and they've now gone to college and you're thinking what to do next. And you've always had this obsession with death and dead bodies. So you decide to become an undertaker or a mortician. Your friends are certainly going to raise their eyebrows and think, bizarre. But if that's what you want to do, then this new moon is really going to give you the confidence and the energy to take that kind of step and to then explain to other people, well, this is actually something I care about. You may not understand it, but it's something that I need to do. So that need, the word need is interesting because what will appear to you during this new moon is, what is it that I need to do with my life? It's not even a choice or a want. It's something that you need to do because it's an authentic expression of yourself. Now, the new moon and Uranus, all together, they form a quincunx with the midheaven in Scorpio. The midheaven in astrology is the angle that represents noon, and it has to do with work and what your vocational aptitudes are. Because the thinking is that at noon you're out and about and you're most active and you're doing what, that's the time when most people work. So the midheaven is in Scorpio at 25 degrees, and the midheaven in Scorpio is about getting to the emotional truth of things. So what you're able to work on today very easily is anything to do with Scorpio. Again, it has to do with intuition, emotional intelligence, psychic abilities, and really being able to dive down to get to the core truth that is hidden behind all these facades and masks and social conduct and ways of being and all of this stuff. So with that quincunx and this moon and Uranus forming a relationship with it, you're really going to dive down to the very truth of who you are. And it may be that you rediscover some hidden desires that you've dismissed a long time ago because they wouldn't fit into your lifestyle. You know, your friends may disapprove, or it would put you in an awkward position socially. That's going to come up again. And what's interesting about Scorpio in itself is that Scorpio, people who have the midheaven in Scorpio, are very good at vocations which involve uncovering hidden secrets. So it's psychics and journalists and detectives, people who work behind the scenes, people who have to try and get to the truth. So FBI agents, that kind of stuff. And they're also very good at healing. So any medical practitioners, doctors and surgeons and holistic healers as well, morticians, anything to do with death, because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation and change. death and rebirth. So what's happening here for you today is that you really get completely honest with yourself. You strip away all of the stuff that keeps you together, and if you've constructed some sort of patchwork identity, you're really going to be able to knock that down and get to the truth of who you are. And 25 degrees is 7. 7 is mind and creativity. So you'll start to think about what it is you need to do, what you care about, what's in your mind, and how you can get busy with that and express yourself creatively in that area. Now Jupiter, the lucky planet, is sitting on top of this midheaven, and it's 4 degrees away. It's at 21 degrees. Jupiter is good fortune and growth and expansion. It's also in Scorpio, and at 21 degrees that becomes 3, and in numerology 3 is new beginnings and communication. So when you look at your feelings and you communicate with your inner self, you activate the good luck of Jupiter. Doors of opportunity will open up. You'll see possible options that you can take on this path to progressing in your life, and you'll be able to very easily make the decision, okay, it's really now time that I need to become a psychic reader. I've ho-hummed about it for 20 years, but now's the time that it's really, I need to do this if I'm ever going to do it. It's going to feel kind of like now or never. So it's a powerful new moon, and in the Kabbalistic tradition, they used new moons to really meditate and to really set the tone and set intentions and plant seeds of growth for the next coming month. And that is something that we could all benefit from doing. But this one is really the first one of the year as far as the astrology is concerned, because we're in April now. It's a new moon in Aries, so it's about what is it that you're going to start and progress with this year. So set those intentions, plant those seeds. This is a new moon that's going to affect us on the day, but because it's the first new moon of the year really, it's going to have an impact in terms of what you're doing for the rest of the time. I always believe that, for instance, the first tarot reading of the month has added significance. It gives us an insight into the whole month. And like this, the first new moon of the year, so to speak, because the year starts with Aries, does give us an insight into what you're going to be working on for the rest of the year. So look at what you choose and pick, relationships or work or career or whatever that is. Plant those seeds and say, okay, I have now decided that I need to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to hand it over to the universe. I'm going to connect with my guidance. You can do that through meditation, prayer, or just listening to your feelings, like being awake like this and sitting there and saying, okay, what should I be doing? And the ideas and the emotions will come to you, and that will then give you certain options, and you can get started with those so that you're doing something which has to do with your life purpose. Remember, Aries is a fire sign, so fire is all about passion and life purpose and growth, and it's about doing work and engaging in relationships and situations which genuinely make you feel alive, and they make you feel fired up, and they give you the sense that you're living your purpose and that you're doing the right thing in the right place at the right time. So use this to look within and to set some goals. It's really, really powerful, and it's really going to open a whole new spectrum of ideas and possibilities for you. It's a wonderful new moon. It's like having a clean slate and having a total fresh start and having the power to really be your own true, unique, eccentric, authentic self, and all you need to do is listen to your feelings to get those ideas popping and jumping and getting you interested and fulfilled. So that's what I get for you during this new moon on the 16th of April. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. click on the Readings tab to order your reading. And in my readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. And the way I combine the astrology with the numerology in this reading, I combine all three in my private readings. So I draw up your birth chart. I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to do that. If you don't have the time of birth, I can either use sunrise or I can rectify your chart. That's the process of finding out what your time of birth is. You send me 10 facts about your life and I work out the time of birth for you. And then I have a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. It shows me where you were in past lifetimes, why you've come into this lifetime and what you're trying to achieve, what your life purpose is. It also gives me a really clear idea of what your vocational aptitudes are and what's coming up for you in the areas of self-actualization, money, communication and the way you think, family relationships, romantic relationships, work, belonging to groups, travel, growth, moving, what's coming up in your career, spiritual progress. I can look at all of those things, and if you have questions like, am I compatible with another person, or when's the best time to move, or where should I be moving, I look at astrocartography for that, then I can answer all of those questions for you as well. So please get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I will speak to you for the daily tarot readings, the weekly horoscopes for all signs, the monthly horoscopes for each sign of the zodiac, and these new moon and full moon videos. So have a wonderful time here on the 16th, and I'll speak to you soon.